Hello everyone. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're going to be reading the last two sections in the last two chapters in part 1 of Living Untethered by Michael Singer. This book is broken up into sections, each one holding about 5 chapters and each section focusing on one particular thing. So in this section or this part of the book, we're talking about conscious awareness. We read the first 3 chapters in the first video, and in this video we're going to read the last 2. So let's go ahead and get started with chapter 4, titled The 3-Ring Circus. And we start out with a bit of a statement up on top. I'm in here. I'm conscious, and what I am conscious of is that it's not always so nice in here. That honest statement is a wonderful launching pad for continuing our exploration of self and the power of acceptance. What is it you experience that sometimes makes it nice inside and sometimes makes it very difficult? There are only 3 things you experience in there, so let's take a look at them. First, you experience the outside world coming in through your senses. There's a whole world out there, and what's in front of you comes in through your eyes, ears, nose, and senses of taste and touch. When it comes in, it's either a pleasant experience, an unpleasant experience, or a just passing through experience. Thus, the outside world is one of the things you deal with that has a profound effect on your inner state. As overwhelming as the outside world can be, it's not all you experience inside. You also have thoughts in there. You hear the thoughts saying, I don't know if I like this, I don't even understand why this person did this, or perhaps, wow, I'd like to have a car like that, I would go for long weekend rides in the country. If you're asked, who is saying all this inside your head, you'll probably say it's you. But it is not you. Those are thoughts, and you are the one who is noticing the thoughts. Thoughts are just another thing you notice in there. You notice the world coming in from outside, and you notice the thoughts that are generated inside. Where do thoughts come from? We're going to discuss that at length later, but for now, understand that thoughts and the outside world are 2 of the 3 things you experience inside. The third thing you experience is your feelings or emotions. These are feelings that come up suddenly, like fear. Your mind can say, I feel scared, but if you didn't actually feel scared, the impact would be much less. It's the fact that you actually experience the emotion of fear that causes the problem. Some feelings are pleasure. I felt love. I felt more love than I have ever felt before. You like that feeling. Other feelings are unpleasant. I'm feeling fear, embarrassment, and guilt coming up all at the same time. You don't like that, do you? We've already come a long way in our exploration of self. We've proven you're in there, and the strongest proof is you know that you're in there. This is your seat of awareness. Anytime you get lost, just stand in front of the mirror and say, Hi, are you in there? Wave at yourself and realize, yep, I see somebody waving. Who am I that sees this? This is a way to center back to your seat of awareness. While you stand there, notice what else you're aware of. Notice your surroundings coming up through your senses, your thoughts passing through your mind, and any emotions that arise in your heart, creating feelings of comfort or discomfort within. These 3 inner experiences are the arena in which your consciousness plays the game of life on planet Earth. Bottom line, you don't stand a chance in there. The constant barrage of these 3 experiences is like a 3-ring circus going on inside all the time. The effect is so overwhelming, it's like a conspiracy against you. The outside world has a major influence on your thoughts, and your thoughts and emotions will generally line up. It's very rare that your mind will be saying, I don't like this, and your heart will be feeling tremendous love. Let's say Fred passes by and your mind says, I don't want to see Fred. I'm not comfortable seeing him after the argument we had last time. You will start to feel fear. You were doing fine until an event came in from the outside, took over your thoughts, and generated difficult emotions. You get sucked into that overwhelming experience. Now, if you're asked, what's it like living in there? You would probably say, it's pretty intense. I get lost a lot and struggle to be okay. It's not all that much fun, is it? Buddha said all of life is suffering. He wasn't being negative. All of life is suffering. If you're rich, poor, sick, healthy, young, or old, it doesn't matter. There certainly are times when you're not suffering, but the vast majority of what's going on is you're just trying to be okay. That's what it boils down to. You will at some point realize that's all you've done your entire life. Try to be okay. That's why you cried when you were little. You weren't okay in there. That's why you wanted a certain toy. You thought it would make you okay. That's why you wanted to marry the special person. That's why you wanted to go to Europe or Hawaii for a vacation. You get to the point where you realize all you're ever doing in there is trying to be okay. First, you think about what will make you okay. Then you go out and try to make it happen. What does it even mean to try to be okay? For one thing, it means trying to make your thoughts and emotions easier to live with. There are nice ones and there are not so nice ones. You like the nice ones. That's what you're struggling with. You want your thoughts to be positive, uplifting, and beautiful. The problem is there's an outside world of reality that can come in and cause your thoughts and emotions to be very difficult. That is why life can be overwhelming. This interaction with the world, your thoughts, and your emotions raises some very interesting questions. What are these three things and where do they come from? How much control do you have over them? Why do they sometimes make you feel good and other times make you feel bad? We're going to explore these questions in great detail. When we're through, you'll realize that what really matters is not the thoughts, the emotions, nor the outside world. What really matters is you in there, who is experiencing these things. How are you doing? What we'll see is that you in there are higher than any experience you've ever had. The one who is seeing all this is the most beautiful thing in the whole universe. If you ever find your way back to the seat of self, that's what you're going to discover. This is what Christ taught you, what Buddha taught you, what all the great spiritual masters of every tradition have taught. The kingdom is within you. You in there are a very great being made in the image of God. But to know that, you have to free yourself from all the inner commotion. Chapter 5, Exploring the Nature of Things. Your entire life is composed of consciously experiencing the three objects of consciousness: the outer world, the thoughts, and the emotions. Now we are ready to explore the origin and nature of these experiences. By understanding where they come from, they will lose some of the destructive power they have over you. You will then better understand your tendency to accept or reject them. We study these objects of consciousness not solely for the knowledge we gain, but also for the freedom we attain. Let's discuss the nature of the world passing before you. Every moment that passes before you comes and goes like the frames of a motion picture. The moments never stop, they just keep flowing through time and space. Where did all these moments come from? Why do you experience them the way that you do, and what is your true relationship to what passes before you? Perhaps even more interesting than the outer world, we're going to explore the nature of the mind and the emotions, including how and why they keep changing the way they do. Though all three of these objects of consciousness are constantly changing, you are the persistent being that is always there experiencing them. What is your nature? What is it like to sit back and be conscious of being conscious? That is what all spirituality is about. When you are no longer distracted by any of the three great distractors, your consciousness will no longer be pulled into those objects. The focus of consciousness will very naturally remain in the source of consciousness. It's like a flashlight shining on various objects. Instead of looking at the objects being illumined, if you look at the light itself, you will realize it is the same light shining on all the different objects. Likewise, it is the same consciousness that is aware of all the objects passing before it, both outside and in. You are that consciousness. When you pull back to that source of awareness, it is the most beautiful thing you will ever experience. This is the journey before us, to free ourselves from the distractions that keep drawing us away from our greatness and leave us struggling with life. As you come to understand the nature of these objects you are struggling with, you will very naturally be able to release the hold they have on you. This act of letting go is what is meant by acceptance and surrender. There is a state of great peace within you that cannot be disturbed by the world, your thoughts, or even your emotions. These objects can continue to freely exist, but they will no longer dominate your life. You will be free to fully interact in life, but you will also do so out of a sense of love and service rather than fear or desire. Now you understand the underlying purpose of this book, for you to learn how to let go of the three great distractors and return to the source of your being. As you will see, this is the only way you can fully enjoy your time here on Earth. This is what it means to be living untethered. It doesn't take forceful practices to return to your core. The highest path is learning through your daily life to gradually let go of what is distracting your consciousness. By accepting instead of resisting, you will eventually attain a permanent seat of clarity. It's called becoming established in the seat of self. You will be living in the most beautiful energy you've ever experienced, and it will never stop. During every moment of your life, there will be a beautiful flow of energy that keeps rising within you. We are going to approach this process of freeing yourself in a very scientific, analytical manner. By doing so, you will become so comfortable with the three objects of consciousness passing before you that you will no longer have to devote your life to controlling the experience. You will see that these passing objects represent the lower aspect of your being, which is body, mind, and emotions. In drastic contrast, you can learn to establish yourself in the higher aspect of your being, the seat of conscious awareness. You can live your life in a state of complete freedom and happiness. Are you ready? Let's embark on our journey into the exploration of our outer world, inner world of mind and emotions, and the consciousness that experiences all of it. Let's learn more about this path of acceptance of what passes before us. Okay, so that completes part 1. Part 2, we're going to be focusing on the outside world, and there are, I'm just counting. There are also 5 sections to this part. So in the next video, we will read either the first 1 and 2, or 1 through 3, depending on the length. So we may have one video that's longer, and then the next that's shorter. So yeah, we'll go ahead and stop right here, completing part 1, and I will see you very soon for part 2, talking about the outer world in Living Untethered with Michael Singer. So until then, as always, please take care of yourself. Please take care of those around you. I will see you again soon for our next video. Take care. Bye-bye.